This time on Flannel Farms, we go from this to this, all in about 6 weeks. You're gonna watch it all happen. We're gonna talk about the differences between using an excavator and using a forestry mulcher. And I'll give you a little preview. I like the excavator a lot better. We cleared roughly 3 acres. You're gonna see it all next. This time on Flannel Farms, we tell you what donuts and dirt bikes have to do with land clearing. I know, it's weird. Behind me is my buddy, Eric. Now, we met Eric by buying a dirt bike for youngest Flannel that you just saw riding by. It also turns out he owns a donut shop. So he brought us donuts this morning. It also turns out that on the side, he clears land. So we talked about it, he came out and gave us a price, and we decided to go with it. So as you can see, we've already made huge progress. But unlike the last video where I said how many acres we were clearing and what time frame, I'm not doing that. You'll just have to wait and see as we go. So far, this has been one morning, and he has cleared all of what you see around me. So we're gonna take the pile, we're eventually gonna burn it, we're gonna spread the ashes everywhere. Is a forestry mulcher or an excavator right for you? I'm far from an expert, so I won't speak to that which I don't know, but I will say that when you have stuff like this would wreck a mulcher, whereas with the excavator, he can just grab it and pull it out. He offered to bury it, but I think we're gonna get rid of it. What do you think, Mrs. Flannel? All right, end of day one. This corner was where we ended our previous video. So he has done all this. Here's a big pile of derbis. Can you see those woods, people? This is where future Flannel Farms beef will roam. So that line of woods you see over there, we're leaving as a barrier between us and our neighbors because we're trying to be good neighbors. We are not 100% sure where the property line is, so we have just erred on the side of caution. Look at all of that. Man, you guys, this is amazing. We'll see you in the morning for day 2. Day 2, and we're burning today, so I've got the tractor with our bucket on it, as you can see. We're gonna be camping some fires. He's already clearing the next area. I gotta tell you, I really like that excavator better than the forestry mulcher, because it is leaving the ground flawless. I'll show you. Even though he snatched up these roots, because he's pulling the whole tree out, the ground is smooth. There's some grooves here and there, but there's no giant holes or craters. It's looking really good. Good morning, day 3, and we are moving right along. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we have fire. For those of you that have watched our channel for any length of time, you know that fire is one of my things. I love me some fire. Love-hate relationship. So I've got 2 piles going this morning. It takes a while when they're green. You have to use a bit of deadfall, dry wood, build a proper fire, get it going nice and hot, and then you can start pushing the piles in. But we have cleared probably 1 acre. You see that blue and yellow tree right there? That was where we had guessed originally, way back when, where 1 acre was. 1 acre is like 43,000 feet and change, so we measured roughly and then walked through the woods with spray paint. He is doing a killer job. So I'm expecting we should have another close to acre cleared by near the end of today. He said that the rest of it should go faster because the trees are smaller. I don't know, it's all outside my experience. What I do know though is the way this ground looks is beautiful. And I'm definitely leaning toward recommending an excavator over a forestry mulcher. I mean, look at this. This is about ready to get aerated and planted, which is part of our plan. So you see behind me, Pasture, where I'm currently at, future Pasture. And what we're going to do this fall is plant some sort of winter wheat or a spring oat in here, fence it in at some point over the winter, and then in the spring, before the pasture grass comes back, we should have a thick, lush cover here that we will purchase cows and put them in here to start with. Let that grow up nice and big, and then once they have mowed all this down and that's growing, we should be able to rotate them over there and then plant a cool season grass again or something in here. That's the beginnings of the plan. Don't hold me to it. As you guys know, we change here very quickly. So anyways, as you can see, I'm quite dirty. I have more fires to start. So we'll check back up with you in a little bit. To give you guys an idea of how far we've come, you see that daylight, him working back there? Now this is the pig pen. All I did was flip my camera. All that daylight. So this area you see here going out that way is going to be pig. And that area, he's going to use the forestry mulcher. So you're going to get to see what an excavator with a forestry mulcher looks like. They're fixing to set a pile off right there. Keep on going. Good morning. If things look a bit drastically different since the last time we spoke, that's because I believe he's been out here 2 more days that we have not been filming. This entire process has taken a bit longer than we thought. But what I will say is that my man Eric is doing a fantastic job. Everything has been cleaned. He's still leveling. All these little bits of sticks will be taken care of. They even dug a pit and buried the stumps and such that wouldn't quite burn. And they're gonna spread out all that sand. So to try and give you an idea of how much has been done, look at all this. Way back over there, that pile right there that's burning that you see is where our pigs used to run. That's how far they've gotten. It's absolutely incredible. And they are getting after it. So we've got the time lapse up and running, and we'll see what gets done in the next couple days. Very, very excited. All right, welcome back. I know you're going, welcome back. We never left. Well, what you don't know is the gap in between footage was like 9 days long. We had to take last week off because it rained here, thank God, but it turned everything into a skating rink out here. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are nearly ready to start throwing seed. We wanted to throw seed end of September, early October, and this is being filmed, I forget what today is, the end of September, shall we say. And there's rain coming, so we need to get some oats and some clover on this. Bare ground is dead ground. And we have switched to the forestry mulcher attachment. Now this is a similar attachment to the one you saw on my buddy skid steer a month ago. This one is a much higher flow head. So we're gonna let him get to that. We've got some time lapse going that I'm standing in the middle of. We've got one more pile to spread out. And once that's done, we're gonna hook up the seeder and get busy. This wasn't part of the plan. Lost the tire. We planted back here with our oats and red clover. I'm trying to disc it in. Churns up the soil, creates good contact. Probably a bit more than I should have asked out of this old tractor. And we drove the front wheel off. So we got to hook up, drag it back to the barn, hook up the disc to our other tractor, finish the job. I was using this one because it's the only one I have with lights, and I'm expecting to be out here until after dark, but oh well. I don't have my tripod, microphone, or anything. I don't even know what time it is. What I do know is that we're done. Look at this. Let me clean you off first. There's like 80% chance of rain tonight. And my hope was to get all of the seeds in, which was 8 bags of oats and 1 bag of red clover. Get it seeded and disked. which we did before I go back to my day job at the fire department tomorrow. So it's in. Pig area is done. Fini. Now, normally this is where I'd say, hey, thanks for doing it today, like and subscribe or whatever. But we're not going to do that because I want to show you what this looks like green. The germination time for the oats is something like 3 to 5 days under optimum conditions, which I'm pretty sure this week are optimum conditions. So, the next time you see me in this field, it will be green. I'd like to take a moment and thank Mr. Eric, who cleared all this land for us. He was paid, but he stuck with it. As you can see, it took us a lot longer than we initially thought it would, and he did not quit. His quality of work did not change. He was fantastic. So if you live anywhere near Middlesex County, Williamsburg, Twano, those types of places, hit me up if you need some land cleared, and I will get you his information. Completely worth it. Now you've seen what a beautiful job the excavator does. Let me show you what a forestry mulcher does. So behind me is what we're using as pasture. This is roughly 3 acres, and it's been completely cleared. Excavator pulled up all of the stumps. He even dug up old stumps that were here and cleaned it all up for us. We buried what was left of the burn piles, most of the trash we burned. And this is going to be for our cows, which we hope to get this spring. And we're going to alternate them between the pasture you see right behind me. And if you've watched our channel for any amount of time, the front pasture where we used to have cows and where you saw the intro, that was cows on our front field. So now we have 2 fields so we can actually alternate back and forth. The pigs are right here on my right. And we left a lot of these woods because we wanted them to have woods. Pigs like woods. They are much happier romping through the woods, rooting, digging, finding bugs, and those types of things than in pure pasture. So the area you see right here is a place that he used as forestry mulcher attachment. It attached to his excavator, and he came through and cleared about his excavator's width's worth of land. And what I don't like, and we discovered this if you watched our previous land clearing video with my buddy who had a forestry mulcher attachment on his skid steer, it leaves these stumps, and they're jagged and they're rough and they're just kind of everywhere. It shredded up the trees into pretty small chunks, which was good, but I can't drive over this kind of thing with our golf cart or our motorbike or any of those things. So I'm gonna have to come through here either with a chainsaw and flatten them out, or maybe the brush hog will come through here okay and chop all this stuff up. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. But it gave us plenty of room to run our T-posts and hot wire and have happy pigs in the woods. So thanks for watching today. My name is Brian. This is Flannel Farms. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, all that wonderful stuff so you can see what else we have going on here on a nearly weekly basis. We'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, dang it. I had the cord in front of the camera. I'm stupid.